Lol.
Good day, and welcome to TheOneLol channel. Today we will be ranking up 5-star Starlord to rank 2. So quickly at Starlord. Starlord is one of the first few champions available in the 5-star hero crystal, one of the 2 attacks. The other tech is... what is the other tech? It's Iron Man. So other than Iron Man, you can get Starlord, and since Starlord is weakened, his natural ability is great, but in his 5-star form, you gotta take some tries before you can be able to dupe him. Well, this is 5-star Starlord. Starlord, also known as Peter Quill, is very popular due to the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. It was released some time ago, not too long ago. All the 80s reference and stuff brought up in the 80s, sent to some galactic empire, trained by some bounty hunter, some kind of galactic race. So that is Peter Quill, Starlord, leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and the only one that's vaguely human. That's one of the founding members. Vaguely human. He's just half a human, half a Spatoy. He's the son of Jason of Spatoy, who turned out to be a very ruthless Mr. Knife. He even tried to make Starlord join him by slowly dealing with each of his Guardians of the Galaxy companions separately and individually. Well, thankfully Captain Marvel saved the day and saved Starlord Peter Quill from his fate, from a terrible fate. And right now, some of my T5 ISOs are going to expire, so I'm just going to use them all, even though they are of a different class to tech. I just don't want to let them expire, or I just don't want to sell them for one goal. I just use the ISOs that are expiring. So if I'm not using tech ISOs, forgive me. You know, ISOs, maybe you should just change the shape of ISOs occasionally. Make it mine. Oh, it'd be cool if when you use an ISO, right? When you tap the ISO, it changes to the icon face of the champion. For example, if you click it, then you just morph into Starlord shape. For example, for Starlord, it morphs into Starlord shape, the faces in a crystalline form, then it goes into Starlord. It just boosting up. But then again, maybe there's just too much tech work that need to be done, given that sometimes the server can be a bit unstable sometimes. Maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe you just want to make a server as stable as possible. Don't want to add too much stuff to it until they come up with a new kind of tech, new technologies and stuff, new kind of interface. Maybe they'll have more visual features. Starlord. So 5-star, 4-star visual difference. No visual difference at all in terms of how the champion look. In terms of frames, there's a difference with the nice orange, dark blue shade, kind of color shape stuff. And that is 5-star. And they have a mini game with that special, which I mentioned before. Not that interactive a game. Just basically just tapping. Instead of playing the hammer and Team Park, you just hit the hammer as hard as you can, and hope it hits the top. But in this case, you just hope that it hits a particular spot. That was kind of like just spacebar games in the past. Then again, he's from his 80s kind of character. He was influenced by pop culture 80s, so maybe that was a good direction for them. Not really sure about that. Basically, Starlord for special attack, not that much of a damage when you're not being charged. Second special attack does still quite a bit of damage when crit. And again, I didn't manage to crit the first special attack. Maybe crit you'll see a much increased damage. There's 7,250 or so damage crit from his second special attack. As you know, from his second to special attack, you have a series of buffs. So you can armor break, either heal block, static shock, or you can... what's the other one? Basically, Starlord has a lot of different kind of debuffs. You can also drain your opponent's power by a certain percentage. So it's named for each of the elements that he has: fire, water, air, and earth. The one thing that would be great is that if there you see some water animation, you use the water debuff, fire animation with a fire debuff, and animations debuff. That'll be kind of interesting, kind of cool. Just like, I always want to talk about Starlord, Doctor Strange animations, because they did do something to Doctor Strange animations. And Starlord has been released for far longer than Doctor Strange in this game. And just take a look at that in slow motion. So this is what happened for the animation of the bar if you just don't tap at all. And take part in the space bar game, or this is the single tap game. Unlike the usual tap, and swipe, tap. You're gonna do just one tap, timing your tap. It's kind of like a parry game. Think about it. This gun is kind of nice. It would be nice to see some, animations. Those would be kind of cool. And they're just gonna compare. So the armor break did about 5,900 damage. So it's supposed to reduce the opponent's armor by 32%. So maybe I'll take that as 30% increased damage from that kind of stuff. And now we're gonna compare it. I'm gonna hit a perfect bonus, which is plus 20% damage. And you see the difference. So there's Ultron. It'd be nice to have more visual quality of life upgrades as well. It'd be kind of cool. So that's all, 5,000 damage. So with armor break, but not 20% bonus, they actually deal not that much of damage. Kind of interesting. That's because of the nature the buff is applied. Armor break is applied to the whole, while the 20% special damage maybe is additive, which is, doesn't stack well, doesn't multiply well with glass cannon and stuff like that. It just adds on to the percentage instead of multiplicative. Maybe that's why it doesn't increase that much damage compared to the armor break debuff. And now let's take a look at Starlord special against Rocket. The special attack has a very funny animation when used against all other champions, but against Rocket or other champions, special attacks tend to be similar. They'll be like in the screaming, shouting position. Right, it's a kind of like a beast. Intimidating Rocket. Rocket will be like all scared of you. Maybe share special animations for Guardians of Galaxy's collectors against Rocket. It'll be nice, it'll be cool, just as an idea. So thank you for watching, like, comment, subscribe, see you again soon. Goodbye.